Hello everyone, welcome back inside of Fallout 4. Nick here with Degenerate Gaming. I'm going to be continuing our walkthrough on Very Hard today, and we are finally going to be heading to the Federal Rations Stockpile, which is right around here. In the last episode, we went to the Lonely Chapel to get our backdoor sneaky way in, and there's a lot of good loot here. U.S. Covert Operations Manual we're going to be grabbing here. Lots of good stuff to be had here. We are level 13. Most of the enemies you should be able to handle. There is a level 21 boss, so we should be able to take care of them rather easily. Shouldn't have too much difficulty. Loadout 10 milli. We're bringing the Bass. That's going to be our workhorse on this one. We're bringing the Bruiser and the Overseer's Guardian. These are kind of situational, and I will show you what we need those for a little bit later here. I did want to grab, before I forget, some explosives just in case we feel like turning up the heat. We'll grab us some Molotovs. We'll grab 10 of them. Hell. And then for standard combat attire for this run here, we're going to be bringing the usual suspects. We got a little bit of food. We got Jet. We got Psycho, a Rataway for good luck, and stim packs. And that's basically the extent of it. Once you're all set and ready to go, we're going to travel on down to the Federal Rations Stockpile. Probably get rid of that marker though. That way I don't have to see it. Or excuse me, fast travel down to the Lonely Chapel. In the last episode, we took out that behemoth. We're still riding high, and hopefully this runs as smooth as it did in practice. Odds are that it won't. This is a pretty big location, so I won't be doing any looting. Basically just be grabbing money, caps, weapons that are very valuable. There's a couple in here that we're going to grab just because we don't want them to be picked up and used by anyone else. So I will be coming back and doing a thorough loot run off camera. I'm going to show you guys the highlights though, just like we've kind of been doing. Once you're in the Lonely Chapel, there's the trap door here. You just jump down in it. And actually coming in this way will start you right by the level 21 boss. So a method to the madness and a reason for doing this. And I'll explain that here once we get through it. Also, wanted to talk about sneak. Best way to do it is to go slow. The slower you go, the harder you are to detect. So keep that in mind when maneuvering through here. Here I am, lost and turned around already. Alright, when you come to this room, there's a turret right there. Red is up here. There's another turret in the back behind that wall, which we obviously can't see. There's also another raider floating around. So what we're going to do, we're going to creep up into this nice little shadowed corner here where we can see everything. Make sure I have all my stuff queued up, and I want to make sure I got my Molotovs just in case I get into some deep doo-doo. Alright, now let's get started. Take the turret out. As you can see, we got two. One is the raider and one is red. This is the turret you can't really see. Now if you wait, usually, well, there went the turret. Turret can't see us, but red usually comes running down here. A nice little headshot and blow her ass out of the water. I didn't use any Jet or any Psycho because level 21 with the sneak damage of us being here in this corner. I mean, she was looking right at us and didn't even see us because of that shadowed armor we're wearing, which is nice. the only thing left to do now is play cat and mouse with the raider. And don't worry about the turret. As long as you stick to this right wall, the turret won't be able to even see you. So we'll leave that there.
No need to hide. It'll all be over soon.
Creep around and take out the turret. Especially the explosion did a little damage to the raider.
Come on out. I'll make it nice.
All right, and that is this room here. So no more enemies. Don't need to worry about it. Anything crazy. Let's grab what we need. We'll grab the explosives, the caps, loot the turrets. We already looted red. There is some workbenches in here. They are empty though. And if you come around here by where this back turret is, there is a toolbox and a tool case with some ammo in it. And obviously the toolbox will have possibly some ammo, but it will have some duct tape, so you're gonna want to grab that. Makeshift battery is definitely good. Okay, we already looted red, so let's head up to red's office here. And we have our U.S. Covert Operations Manual right there on the table. I believe we'll have to double check and take a look at this. I believe that is our second or our third one. I can't remember. It's our second. And we're not going to grab all these immediately, but we're going to try to get as many of them as we can in passing and on ways to places, doing quests, that sort of thing. Nuka Cherry, there is a chem cooler with some jet. That's a pretty good find. Go ahead and turn your light on. There's a Nuka-Cola Quantum if you enter that back here. There's also a chem box, Medics and Psycho. Good stuff. There is a turret here we're going to hack. And if you remember from one of our previous videos, the Beantown Brewery was talking about Red. This would be Red Tourette, who we just ended up blowing her brains out. But that's the Red they're referring to, and everything else. So there's some interesting, if you read through a lot of this stuff, if you read it over at Beantown Brewery, you already have some backdrop of the story. This is the other side of that story. If you would like to read it, I'm just going to hack this for the experience. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can read it if you like. It's been a while since I've done this. You'll have to excuse me, I'm moving slow. All right, we got pace, we got idea, they, keep, seam, and keys. That's what I was afraid of. Be idea, they, keys, pace is out. Interesting. Well, there we go. And again, also you can use turret control, but we don't want to do that because we want the experience from actually killing these turrets. But yeah, there's a lot of reading stuff you can do here. As you can see, Beantown Bastards. And the rest of the stuff talking about Red Sister Lily, you guys can go ahead and read that if you like. I'm going to be pressing on here just for time's sake and purposes. But yeah, feel free, read it. I mean, I've read it before. There's kind of gives you some background, some lore, if you would. Also, when you're looting over here, there's some tools chained up here on the back. Make sure you want to grab those. I'm just, I mean to jump into it. All right, get the silenced weapons back on. I'm going to open the door here. There's going to be a couple more raiders. Hard scope the one, should draw the other one out. Usually how it works. Now they can either be to the left. Basically, they kind of patrol from the left and up that little hallway where you see the other one come from. So if you don't see them, just kind of sit tight and be patient. They will show themselves eventually. And then there is a expert wall safe right here to the left as you come through the door.
Sweet.
All right, a lot of stuff in there. Some missiles I saw. We'll take that. A little bit of junk in here, a plunger in that. We're not going to grab that just yet. I'll come back and grab that off camera. Ooh, it was a legendary that I smoked in the face. Not anything great by any means. All right, and that's that. There's a door here. We're not going to go through it just yet. As basically the way this works is it's one big roundabout. So we're going to continue forward through here through the locked door. There's some chem boxes over here though. You might want to take a look at. Again, there's paint and that stuff. You can grab it. Like I said, we're going to come back and loot thoroughly. In order to open this door, and this is why we come in the back way through the secret passage, typically you'd have to fight your way all the way back here, kill Red, and then come into this door, which is maglock. You are not allowed to open it. As you can see, I don't even get any screen title procking up there. And you either A, need the Federal Rations Stockpile password, or you need, I think it's advanced hacking, it might even be expert. But we have the password, so we don't worry about that. And that's typically why I don't spec into hacking, at least early on. I might do it later, but I doubt it. Is just because usually there's passwords and different things that you can use to kind of get by it anyways. Silence weapons on again, and if you look down the end there, you can see we have 2 raiders and a turret. We're going to focus on the raiders first, obviously, because the turret can't see us. Light the raider up a little bit. Push forward to the door. Clip him before he gets into cover. Boom. God, I love it with headshots. Usually I don't go for them all that often because they're usually a lot harder to achieve, but it is funny watching chunks of brain fly through the air. Back to business though, we got a big steamer trunk here with a lot of stuff in there. You just grab all that. A lot of irradiated food. I recommend that you pick up all this in your travels. I'm not going to now. Obviously, the only thing I am going to grab are these Nuka-Cola Quantums because those are pretty valuable. I'll leave him sit. Oh yeah, almost forgot. There is a mini nuke right here next to the steamer trunk, so you definitely want to make sure you grab that. And there's also a fat man right around the door here to the corner, right there. And you can go ahead and turn the light on. Nothing left to really see here. There's a lot of aluminum cans and junk and shit. Another, obviously, terminal you can unlock the mag lock doors from. Oh yeah, and there's also a first aid kit on the wall. Definitely want to grab that. Shut the radio off. And when you move it into this room, as you can see, it's got the can chimes and everything on it. You're gonna look over here. There is whiskey, vodka, and another bottle of whiskey right here next to this busted terminal. Those are always there, at least from what I've seen. So definitely grab those. Those are good finds. And then again, obviously, there's a lot of junk and stuff there. I would recommend disabling these can chimes now. That way you don't forget about them, because that is something that I tend to do quite often. And we will head over to the left and clear out the rest of the area here. Now, once you get to this, as you can see, there's frag mines on each step. So move gingerly when coming down this way. These will not always be here. I've seen them spawn across the way by those boxes on that little platform you'll see here in a minute, and there's other places these can spawn, so you definitely want to make sure you're tapping VATs. And kind of checking out where these things are, because it's definitely hard to see. They're put here for you to not pay attention to and get your ass blown up. It's very easy to do. And this one must have ran into one of them mines. Which happens. There's a lot of booby traps here in this little area. So make sure you tap VATs every once in a while as you're moving. Now, when you get to the room with the busted catwalk, there should be a raider. There should only be one floating around here in this room. As of now, if you stir up a ruckus, I believe more will show. And before we jump down, we're going to run across. There is a explosive box with some good stuff in there, and there's also a stealth boy in this room. Gas canister I'm going to grab just so I don't have to come back to this section. Feel free to turn on your light, look around. Okay, now we're good. We're ready to drop down. Okay, and that's another booby trap right there. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna save right here, and I'm going to end the video. I'll save here in a second, because this will be part one. We're running right about the time I want to keep it, so I want to say thank you for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you would. You can find me on Twitter, Nick @DegenerateGaming, and bring it on back here for more Fallout 4 walkthroughs.